Well, we have a lot to talk about in the transfer window. Let's start with, well, I mean, el Elche. I'm a Barcelona fan, so we got Hector Fort on loan. Last deal, I believe. Randall Colomwani to PSG. We have a lot to talk about. It was a pretty active window. We've got Laporte returning to Spain. Uh, Deal with this with Fermin. There's a lot. There's a lot. So let's start with the big news. Big news, big news. We have a lot of big news to talk about, and let's start with the most obvious big news. Alexander Isak to Liverpool. Here we go. Probably the most expected transfer, but also a statement by Liverpool that they want to win the Premier League again 2 times in a row. They want to be part at top with Alex Ferguson, with Pep Guardiola. They want to beat them, and if they keep, I mean, if they do well, if this isn't a Galactico situation like happened to Real Madrid a couple of days ago, a couple of years ago, this should be probably the best team in the Prem. And if they perform in Europe, it's over for literally the Champions League. We've got Marco Asensio to Fenerbahce. We know in Spain and well the Hispanic community, we knew about. There was a YouTuber who did fake signings, and this guy was one of them. Well, he was a prophet because this was the exact club that the fake signing was for. And we got Marco Asensio going to Fenerbahce. Honestly, I would have loved for him to stay in Aston Villa. Uh, Dibu Martinez is out. Is out. It's not a done deal anymore. Atletico Madrid. Here we go. Nico Gonzalez from Juventus. Pretty good signing considering how they're doing. Here we go for Mark Guiu, who got recalled because of, Liam Delap injury. And of course, the freedom fighter in Aston Villa negotiations. I'm pretty sure he signed as well. Marcel busy during this transfer market. Matt O'Reilly signs for Olympic Marcel loan, so it's not really a signing yet, but well, a good loan move for him. Sunderland again busy in the transfer window, looking to stay in the Premier League. Exactly. Brian Barbary, I rated this guy in Ajax. Got Ederson finally leaving uh, Man City as a result of Trafford, and well, a big guy coming in, and you can see him. Donnarumma to Manchester City, probably the starter, and of course, honestly, between I don't know who's bigger. I mean, you can see the likes, you can see the likes. The goat, Anthony, is at Real Betis for 22 million plus 3 million on add-ons and a 50% sell-on clause. This is football. This is football. We got Donnarumma, who basically got kicked out by PSG for absolutely no reason. 30 million for this guy is a steal. Okay, this guy has been the best goalkeeper of literally of the year and the season. There is no reason for this guy to be out. Sevilla, good signing. They've been struggling in recent days. So Alexis Sanchez, here we go. You got Alexis Sanchez at Sevilla. The freedom fighter leaves on another loan. Hopefully, he finally is truly a freedom fighter and not a money-hungering guy. Newcastle keeps signing, and now, of course, I would also be signing shit because you got a lot of money. You got a lot of money out of that signing. We all know Nicolas Jackson. He almost didn't manage to get to Bayern Munich, but he got to Bayern. So congratulations to Nicolas Jackson for reaching the Bundesliga's only winner. got Randall Muani to Spurs. I don't know how that's gonna work because I saw Richarlison pretty well. He looked pretty good during these last days. Here we go. This guy, young goalkeeper, uh, is gonna be doing possibly better than Onana. I mean, anyone can be better than Onana. Again, Milan trying to get busy on the transfer window. They're trying to get things going, especially because the club is in a horrible situation compared to other years. Ninth last year, not even Europe. Brentford, I haven't seen much of it, despite selling Brian and Bueno. I don't know how they're gonna perform. Of course, Randall Columuani. Here we go. This is a signing that I guess. Considering that this guy in PSG didn't perform and in Juve he could be better. Maybe this is a good bench striker. I don't know what's gonna happen to Matthias Tel. Dibu Diolov, we already knew that. Elliot leaves Liverpool. Now I don't know how to feel about this. This guy was showing promise, but I guess it was. I thought this guy would have a future at Liverpool, but I guess that it isn't. They're gonna trust their current fullbacks. Got a kanji to Inter de Milan. Inter trying to make their team younger, even if this guy isn't the youngest. Considering their backline has people above 40, I'm pretty sure this is a good signing. Of course, Kobe Mainu, who did not leave the club. I think this is good for United, especially now that they're losing people on injuries. Of course, Nicholas Jackson leaving to Bayern Munich. I don't think he's starting. Maybe he's not starting. They've got Harry Kane. I think he's the best number 9 currently. Benjamin Pavard. No sé cómo le dicen. I don't know how the French people call it, but this guy, I guess he's in his latter months of his career and in the latter years of his career to Marseille. Unidiense signing Nicolo. Again, decent signing. Again, like Alexis Sanchez, decent signings. I think Alexis Sanchez, like going back to him, it's a signing, okay? Of course it's a signing, but what I wanna say is this guy. This guy is. He was special at one point, but now. El Nino Maravilla. But yeah, I guess welcome back. Welcome to Spain again, and hopefully he can bring Sevilla back. Sevilla has had a downfall. Ilkay Gundogan to Galatasaray didn't happen as expected. Club to agreement. He had to accept the bid. He didn't. Deal off Fermin Lopez. Barca fans are gonna be happy about this. This guy is one of their wonder kids. They have a lot of wonder kids in that academy, so he didn't want to leave. He didn't leave, and Laporta is fine. Laporta is fine with that. Again, Strasbourg agree on a deal for Ben Chilwell from Chelsea. Again, another one of the million of players of Chelsea finds his way into another team. Of course, Chelsea has to comply with the FFP, and I think the fact that they keep buying players and they don't sell often, this is a good move. Chelsea releases them. They didn't sell them. They released them. Again, Laporte back to the Basque team. If the Basque was a country, Bilbao would be the national team, of course. Of course, we've got, and the last signing that has been posted by Fabrizio Romano is this man, Hector Fort, to Elche. Here we go. So it was a pretty busy end of the season, with the biggest signing being this guy, and this guy. Gianluigi Donnarumma is probably very. I think it's a waste of a goalkeeper now because he just got wasted. PSG just decided, you know what? Let's sign the goalkeeper of the year in La Liga, and they decided to ignore the goalkeeper that basically gave them the Champions League. Well, I mean, the Champions League final wasn't pretty, but he was the reason why they won against Liverpool, and he was pretty good. I mean, who am I kidding? He is the best goalkeeper. I'm not gonna call him the higher to Buffon, but he's the closest thing we got to the higher Buffon in terms of Italian football. I don't have words to express how happy I am for this guy. He seemed to be in love with Betis, and Betis was in love with him. So I believe that this is the perfect signing for him. But yeah, Alexis Sanchez is also an interesting signing. I think, especially because I watch Spanish football, I don't know if he'll perform good there. I don't know what he has been doing all these years, but glad to see him back. The freedom fighter, Jesus Christ. I don't understand that guy. Again, this guy now, as a Madrid fan, this guy's gonna be complicated to deal with. Hopefully, I mean, God, I don't have any words for it. Yeah, by the way, this kid, I also thought he was going to reach Liverpool. He didn't. Of course, another very light post is there's some, I mean, Turkish fans, they go crazy. If they see this guy in their clubs, yeah. I don't know what would have happened if Mourinho had this guy. I'm talking about controversial shit. What the fuck is Eric Ten Hag? Eric 10 days? Forget about Eric 10 days, bro. This guy lasted 2 days. Hopefully this man does not get benched like Sesko. Again, I don't say that I trust Sesko. I'm saying if you have a number 9 and you're starting Mason Mount, you better expect not to score goals. I'm not even going to try to say his name. I can't. But at least they signed a new goalkeeper, which they needed very much. I think this guy had talent. Maybe he still has. Maybe he can perform at Aston Villa. And the same goes for Sancho. I don't want to see any players not be good. I forgot about this. Victor Boniface. You wanted to join Milan? Well, look at where he is now. Don't even talk about Milan, okay? Let's think for a minute. Let me go to a post that I saw down here. Santiago Jimenez? I have no idea what the fuck is Milan doing. Forget about Jimenez being bad or good or whatever. They signed Morata last year. They didn't even last a year in that club. They signed Jimenez. And now this guy doesn't even last 2 seasons. Milan has to get their shit together because this is incredible. This is outrageous, maybe. This is outrageous. Again, okay, I forgot about this guy. I also rated this guy from Milan. He was a very young guy, and now he's not the best. And Jamie Vardy, who could forget about this legend? Jamie Vardy to Cremonese. I don't know how to say that name, but he is back at it again. Hopefully he can return to form and score a lot of goals in Italy. I don't think he will. He's a recently promoted club. But they did have a good start to the season, beating Milan. But I'd say that's it for today in terms of transfers that were really, really important. Not saying that the others weren't that important. Not saying that the others weren't important. I mean, Emerson Royal too here. Garnacho recently, I forgot about Garnacho. And Xavi Simons to Tottenham Hotspurs. We're going to see these two guys. And Rasmus Højlund. Watch him score like 20 goals. Let's watch him score like 20 goals. And Nkunku. Yeah, but right now, by the end of the season, we have these signings. Nkunku, pretty special guy. Chelsea signing more players, but yeah. Nkunku out to Milan. I think that's a correct signing considering that they lost João Felix. Even if João Felix isn't the best guy, we got Garnacho, we got Rasmus Højlund. Xavi Simons also a very very good player that is leaving the Bundesliga, and Mark who's staying. He is staying. So for now, yeah, we had a pretty interesting season transfer window. We got to see some old legends going to leagues to play. Let's not forget about Modric, which we already knew, but he's technically part of this transfer window. Ilkay Gundogan at the end didn't move, but for the rest, I think it's a decent transfer window. What can I say? Some of these signings were good. Some of these signings were under pretentious circumstances. I don't really like some of these signings because of how they happened. I Donnarumma just this signing shouldn't have happened because if it was a PSG directive, I wouldn't have sold him. I mean, he's worth every penny of his contract. Maybe he's not because I don't watch Ligue 1, so I don't know how he performs in Ligue 1. But they win it every year, so it doesn't really matter. Anthony, I rated him in La Liga. Jesus Christ, this guy in La Liga was insane for a player that was called out to be one of the worst in first division football. But the fact that this guy turned up, scored banger after banger after banger. He scored so many bangers. He made Betis get points against Real Madrid and Barcelona. That's not easy, and this guy did it. And I think he's in love with the club. I think he found his place. Newcastle again, Brentford again getting dismantled. I don't know if instead of Sunderland they're getting relegated. They're suffering. They're suffering. They're suffering very hard. Manuel Akanji to Serie A. Inter. Inter needs younger backline, and they have an obligation to buy him for 50 million if Inter win La Serie A, and if he plays over 50% of the matches. So we might not see him as often in case Inter wants to save money and doesn't want to buy him. Fulham, some signings here and there, and well, the overview is that transfer window again interesting. Tottenham Hotspur brings in reinforcements as their last match was a loss, and well, I mean, it's not a loss. I mean, of course, a 0-1 loss is still a loss, but I feel like a 0-1 is better than like a 2-1. I don't know if you understand, right? I don't know if I making myself clear. I just think that it's not as bad. I think that's all for today in terms of football. Hopefully, all of these guys succeed, except the Barcelona ones, because I mean Barcelona didn't sign anyone, but I hope any rival of Real Madrid don't do well because of course. But maybe Alexis Sanchez, I want him to score some, but I don't think Sevilla is gonna win the league. Of course not. Yeah, I hope Jamie Vardy scores a lot, despite it's illusion, but I want to see him play good. Marco Asensio does well in Turkey. He's not that old, but yeah, I guess life is like that. I hope that Isak does well in the Premier League, not in the Champions League. That Antony does well in La Liga and in the Conference League. Jadon Sancho can go fuck himself because the freedom fighter rejected how many contracts from Italy? I don't know if he just hates Italy or something. I hope this guy can replace Onana well. Randall Colomani, I hope he finds form. I hope this guy gets his potential. Akanji finds his home place and gets right there. That Pavard gets a good time in Marseille. And yeah, Laporte, I hope he can enjoy his last days in Spain. So that's it for today. See ya. Oh, wait a minute. Mistake. Right now, yeah, see ya.